Our opening scene. Interior, spacecraft, night. Zagara, trying to move. He asks,
"Who are you?"
Mweru, the leading reptile king, responds,
I'm the king your father never was. The king you will never be.
Zagara continued, screaming as the pointed object stabs right through his left eye.
"There will be no glory in your barbarism."
I seek no such.
Zagara screams louder as the device is brutally yanked out of his thigh. You fool! They made your world. Will curse you every generation. Mweru looks at his servant and they smile. Zagara continued, talking to the servant.
"What have you done to me?"
I may pose the same question too. What have you done to us?
He catches a glimpse of Mweru, shaking his head to stop him from revealing too much.
Well, that's all you need to know.
Interrupted again by Mweru.
Your kind is of a greedy, selfish, and repulsive nature. You exploit and destroy the very planet you inhabit, operating under the delusion that you are entitled by some way of divine favor. You've polluted the air, and you've poisoned the water. You even wage wars among each other, engulfing the sky with toxic mushroom clouds. Fields that once yielded you food, you filled up with toxic waste. You waste and waste and waste. In fact, why waste my time reasoning with you? It's time to take out the trash.
After the spaceship tragically crashed, Mweru and Zagara arise from the rubble. Mweru thinking to himself,
It must have been a shift in the sphere. How this cockroach is still alive.
Zagara moving his index finger. Mweru,
Good. He's worth more alive than dead. Wake up, Sapien.
"What happened? Where are we?"
It doesn't matter what happened or where we are. What matters is where we're going and what happens when we get there.
exterior, Matopo Mountains. In the morning, Mweru leads Zagara to a cave. Mweru,
We're here.
this is it? You live in a cave? Mweru side eyes Zagara. Mweru touches the side of a cave and a blue ray flashes. Zagara passes out to wake up inside of an underground cabin where Mweru and his species stay when on Earth. They implant a chip in Zagara's head to wipe his memory completely and control him. Zagara, I am ready, my lord.
It is time.
They are moving on hoverboards as Zagara follows the programming in his head to take him around and show him his mission. Mweru continued.
I was right about you.
You've been watching me?
Since the day you were born. And yes, we know about the girl.
What girl, my lord?
Forget I even asked.
They come to where several humans are being held captive, hungry and thirsty, black bags under their eyes and chapped lips. Zagara's loyalty to Mweru is tested. Mweru continued, saying to Zagara,
Seeing as you are one of us now, it is time to exercise your superiority over the wretched humans.
pointing at a shallow pool of water. Zagara emotionlessly drags a human into the water and begins to drown him. We cut to another scene. Atosa, place, morning. tosses watering flowers in the garden. Memories of Zagara flood her head, making her cry. Her tears fall onto the petals. Back to Matopo Mountain's lab. Zagara's victims die in his hands. Like a proud father, Mweru's serpent-skinned face glows. Mweru.
Exceptional.
We cut to the world of the Magi. Exterior, planet Magi. Day. In the world of the Magi, they see everything through a device they call the looking glass. Disappointed and angered, the leader devised a plan to attack Mweru's legion and rescue Zagara. Lava, the leader of the Magi, 28,000 years old, protector of Earth and other planets, and a long-time enemy of Mweru. Having been watching through the glass, Lava, the helper, waves his hand over the device and it switches off.
Sasa siqala indlela sokusiza uZagara. Kuningi umonakalo ukubhubha kwalena lethu ezandleni zale nyoka Mweru. Yazisa amabutho ngalokhu.
Yebo Nkosi yami. Exit Matopo Mountains. Day. Zagara is doing laser gun target practice under the watchful eye of Mweru. They have tied up live humans on poles as the targets. Zagara is aiming and saying to himself, "Eliminate all enemies." Mweru, speaking into Zagara's ear,
"Aim for the heart. Let him feel the love."
Zagara fires, and the last thing we see is the victim's hollowed out chest. Now, why does he still have a stupid expression on his face?
He looks half dead and half idiot. His soul must be going into limbo.
What is limbo?
We could look at it as an extended stage of load shedding.
Dark humor. I tell you right now, I couldn't see that one coming. Master, there's word going around that Lava, leader of the Magi, is conspiring an attack on us.
Get Zagara to confront those wand-weaving unity and base lovers. I will not entertain such buffoonery.
Zagara immediately follows his orders and contacts Lava as a hologram. Interior headquarters of the Magi. Day. Khotheme bakhosini. Kumkani njibo. Masibonisane ngoludaba. Ayimmbona unengqondo ukulwisana nenkosi esisithixo uMweru. Njibo sits in his throne, amazed.
Zagara, nyana kankosi uMafungo. Eyona ndlela yokuthengisa ngobukhosi bukayihlo lena.
There's only but one path, my lord. Eyenkosi yehlabathi lilonke. Isithixo ukuthi sonke. uMweru. I follow in the footsteps of the chosen one. Gogo, bakhethe ngobuchule amagama akho alandelayo. Ingaba ngabokugqibela. Njibo approaches the hologram.
Jabona, le nyoka inguMweru sele ikufunga ubuthongo. Impambano le uyithethayo.
We will have no mercy on you. All the graves tremble beneath you. Zonke imbongi ezibungaza ubukhosi bakho zawuqhalwa ilimi. Abemibhalo bona bawuqhalwa izandla. Wayehamba lithi mfu igama lakho bayoshwaya ngokufa. Izizwe zonke zawulibala ngawe.
Esimini nasemhlabeni. But Master, there are too many complications.
Mweru pays no attention to his servant, and he continues to make an analogy about these lions.
Ah, the lion. The lion. The most feared in the animal kingdom. But more importantly, the most respected. Do you know why? Because the lion commands respect, and he demands loyalty. He demands loyalty from his lioness to take care of the bride, take care of the cubs, and he demands loyalty from his cubs to obey and follow his rules as he is leader of the bride. And if the cub were to disobey the lion's wishes, the lion will not hesitate to execute his own cub.
Eliminate all enemies.
And I hope this will serve as a lesson in loyalty, Zakara.
In the following scene, Mweru, Zakara, and a few soldiers have tracked down a woman under the suspicion that she is hiding a runaway slave from Mweru's camp. Zakara and the soldiers wait outside as Mweru goes into the house to interrogate the woman, who's also under the suspicion of having an affair with the runaway slave. Mweru.
Are you aware of what they regard me as?
Avisa.
Yes, I am.
What do they call me?
Avisa.
Umabona Bulawi.
Mweru.
Ah. Now, to my understanding, that means the one who should be killed upon sighting. Isn't it so?
Avisa hesitantly nods. Mweru.
I find that utterly disturbing, considering I came to this planet to help civilize and share technological advancements, saving you from your barbaric nature. And unlike my less evolved counterparts, I am able to sympathize with the humans. Despite your resentment of me, I will show humility. For you are like a pit bull that defies authority and turns on his owner. Whereas I am like a cobra, cunning and wise like a king. And yet I ground myself, slithering in the grass and living in a hole. The serpent is quite a fascinating creature, wouldn't you agree?
Avisa.
Yes, quite so.
Mweru.
Now, if a snake were to slither into your house, would you welcome him with hospitality? Or greet him with a sword to his head?
Avisa.
The sword, I suppose?
Mweru.
Has a snake ever beaten you?
Avisa.
No, I'm afraid not.
And yet, you have all this animosity toward this animal. Is there fascinating how humans would poison each other's minds and souls with political and religious dogma, social engineering through social media, pushing propaganda, group thinking, and conformity culture. You even go as far as choosing who will solicit the poison. They are either born as your kings, or you elect them as your governments, injecting you with venom, crippling you with fear through an organized system of reward and punishment, making you forever subservient. Has it ever occurred to you that your kind has a worship gene? Forgive me as I revisit the peculiar nature of the serpent once more. It is indeed peculiar how these creatures love the warmth of the sun, and still they are so cold-hearted, as many of your cultures believe them to be.
Avisa is now fully aware that Mwero knows she is hiding a runaway slave from his camp. Mwero continued.
Some serpents like to hide in the ceiling, on the tree tops, and more likely the barn, helping himself to the chicken eggs, as she is powerless to protect her eggs. I sympathize with her, don't you, Avisa?
Avisa looks guilty and nervous, her bottom lip trembling, and before she could answer, Mwero states,
You've been housed in the scum of the earth, haven't you?
Avisa bursts into tears. Mwero releases a torture device down into the basement. Mwero.
Well, let's just say you were shedding your skin a little too early than usual.
And in seconds, the disloyal serpent has been skinned and killed. Mwero takes his skin as a trophy to show those under his rule what happens when you betray him. Atossa, sitting at a machine that plays back her memories through a hologram. She plays back memories of her and Zakara when Zakara was still a baby. Atossa.
I still remember. I still remember holding you in my arms as I would cradle you. Your soft baby skin felt like rose petals against my chest. I gave you life, and in turn, you gave me hope, my child. And now, it's gone. Now it's all gone.
The machine begins to play back memories of her ex-husband, Zakara's father, Darius. She changes the expression on her face. She is disgusted and angered. Atossa.
You lost our son. You lost our son. You lost my son.